Geller has just revealed in the book, Uri, a new power. He is the channel through which alien beings, known as Huva, communicate with Earth.
Their messages or their words would come in very strangely. Sometimes they come through me, and I'm in a state of, let's say, hypnosis. But most of the time, which is even more shocking because other people see that, the voice appears on tapes. But the most shocking thing is, Frank, that after the thing finishes, the tape dematerializes. I mean, inside the cassette tape recorder, it just disappears.
Now that all these tapes have mysteriously vanished, Geller's biography is the only record of what the aliens had to say.
Supposedly there was this large mothership
that had begun to alienate many of his supporters. By the late 1970s, public skepticism about the paranormal had become widespread. Geller was forced to publicly defend himself against his critics.
The scientist is 2 and 2 has to be 4. But in my case, this power is so strange that it's 2 and 2 is not 4. And it's not tricks what I do, it's a real energy.
In private, Geller had developed a damaging disorder, known only to his closest friends.
He was losing weight, and there was a sort of a franticness about his eating, which was suspicious. And an obsession with exercise. And Byron and I kept saying, you look like you just released from a prisoner of war camp.
Yeah, he was very thin.
He looked terrible.
Would you welcome, I don't know what you call him, telekinetic, Uri Geller. Uri?
Why do you look so thin to me?
Because I run every day 10 miles and I'm a total vegetarian.
In reality, Geller had become bulimic. He would eat obsessively and then force himself to vomit his food. He was cracking up under the pressures of maintaining his superhuman image.
I want you to hold the keys in your hand like this.
I hated myself. I looked in the mirror and I saw a skeleton. And I just realized then that I was on a mission to kill myself. I wanted to finish me altogether once and for all.
I suspect one of the things involved is a perceived need to be could have fallen into, because you think you can't control the stuff that's going on around you, at least you can control your body.
Geller decided to take control of his life and to fight back against his critics with an army of lawyers.
There have been charges that Geller is a fake, and now the whole thing has resulted in a $15 million lawsuit.
So why are you suing?
All lies.
One of the functions of his lawsuits, whether it was intended by him or not, has been to shut up some loudmouths and people who might overstep the line. I think a lot of people felt they could say anything about Uri.
But skeptics no longer had a role to play. It was time for Geller to move on. In 1986, Geller went into show business semi-retirement in the British countryside.
My car, 1976 Cadillac Brougham. I had to show off at that time to the world that I made it, especially to my Israeli friends.
Geller had turned from being a psychic entertainer to a business enterprise. His wealth supposedly comes from a lucrative offshoot of his superhuman powers. A number of mining companies have allegedly paid him to douse for oil and minerals.
We were looking in the Solomon Islands for diamonds, actually.
The plane maybe should fly this area at about 3,000 first.
Uri came down and we paid him an upfront fee of about 200,000 US and a percentage of what we were going to find. And we considered, quite well worth the risk if it gave us an edge, which we think it did. The whole operation took maybe 3 hours. Uri was very calm and put his hands over the maps and put his hands up in the air, and we bumped around various places until Uri felt that he'd, got a strong sense that there was something there. We put an exploration team out on the property and actually recovered all of the indicator minerals for diamonds. Unfortunately, we never got to process the samples that we recovered to find whether there were diamonds in them, because we got bogged down in some horrendous political issues in the Solomon Islands shortly after.
The reality is that, so I see no reason to doubt these stories. He's been living in a at least $5 million house. He's obviously doing very, very well indeed. I find it really quite extraordinary in a lot of ways, because Uri is often paid not just to tell them where the oil is, but sometimes to tell them where the oil is not. So it's kind of an interesting situation that you can save people by telling them not to dig over here, and they're delighted, and no one ever knows if there was oil there or not, I guess.
Throughout the 80s and 90s, Geller claimed responsibility for a string of incredible events. When London's most famous clock suddenly stopped, Geller said it was down to his mind power.
I took a postcard of the Big Ben, I walked into a little temple on my property, and I actually looked towards London, and I looked at the postcard and I said, stop, stop, stop.
When the Soviets surprisingly signed the critical 1987 Geneva Arms Treaty, Geller claimed he had made a crucial intervention.
I focused on the Russian, and I telepathically...
Bend his medals.
I was telling him, sign, sign, sign. And this is a serious, this is nuclear arms reduction negotiations.
And when the ball mysteriously moved before a penalty during an England-Scotland match, Geller declared a vital role.
When I heard that the penalty is coming, I just concentrated and I said, 1, 2, 3, move! And at that instant, the ball moved. Are you ready to become a winner?
These unprovable claims have kept Geller in the headlines and enabled him to sell a bizarre array of merchandise. As well as motivational videos, Geller has created an army of Uri bears designed to promote world peace.
My little teddy bear with its little worldwide peace passport.
There have been kids' toys, adult mind power kits, and now Geller promotes his own Uri jewellery on the shopping channel.
Let this exquisite piece of jewellery focus your thoughts with positive images. Please take the time to calm your mind, enjoy the beauty of my specially created jewelry. Please remember that there is no greater energy than your own mind power.
Okay, we've got another sellout. The crystal ring has now gone.
And you won't regret it.
Bye for now.
Bye.
After more than 30 years mixing with politicians and pop stars, spies and scientists, Uri Geller has become a brand name. At heart, he remains a showman. He's returned to the stage, still determined to convince the world that he possesses superhuman powers.
Good luck. I always sign my name on the wall of a theater.
We're on 1 minute standby.
Please welcome on stage Mr. Uri Geller.
Thank you.
Wow. Did you all bring spoons with you? Yes. Did you bring broken watches? Yes. Don't worry, I'll fix them later. I want you all to get up and bring the watches to the stage. 1, 2, 3, 1! Yeah, watches are beginning to tick here. 1!
I can see where some people would say, wait a minute, this man's a showman.
Yeah, it's ticking.
So what?
Yeah, another one.
So a great artist, showman in a way.
I want you to pull out, all of you, your house keys. You promised me that this was straight?
Absolutely.
Okay, totally bent out. What happened?
My hand was actually throbbing.
Really? I love the mystery, the mysteriousness that engulfs me. By the way, did you bring spoons with you? It's something that you're too old. Makes me tick. And I begin to stroke it. And if I will be remembered, bend, melt, as Uri Geller. Yes, it's beginning. The spoon bender. So be it. There. Don't clap hands. I will smile at it from the other side. And I will go on helping other people in other dimensions.